There's a question that people are asking themselves, which is, why are we in this mess? How did our politics get so screwed up? And so I'm here to make the case that Final Five voting is the systemic incentive changing solution that we all need.
Good morning. Welcome to the latest morning scoop from the Arizona Capital-Times. We have a great discussion in store for you. It is called People Over Parties. Catherine, thank you for being here.
Perhaps more helpful way to think about this is not people over parties. It is all voters over some voters. The majority of us that show up in November are essentially participating in a farce. We're wasting our time. The fact is that it often doesn't take 50% to win our elections in this country. It's approximately 17% of voters who were participating in the primary that determined those winners. I bet there's someone in this room who thinks you'd like to run, but you don't want to do and say the kinds of things you have to do and say to win in politics today. Right now, parties get strong by dividing. When we change the election rules, parties can be strong by winning elections with a majority of general election voters and solving those problems.
It took me a while to fall in love with Final Five voting because I had some sort of skepticism, kind of thinking, well, what is it that I know that hasn't been out there? Like, why didn't we already do this? There must be some problem with this idea because it's so obvious that we should choose winners in November and choose them on a majority basis. I just couldn't believe we didn't do it that way.
We have to have the threat of new parties coming in to change the behavior of whoever is there or to take over if they continue to deliver such poor results, which is evidenced by the fact that 90% of people are dissatisfied with Congress.
All right, would we all like to get started? Can we get everyone's attention, please? Here's something that might shock you. Of the 100 or so people in this room, statistically speaking, only about 20 of you had anything to do with who was on the ballot in November. That's the sad state of affairs that we have in elections right now. So with that said, I'd like Catherine to come on up and speak a little bit about our subject matter tonight.
Effectively, what we've created is a situation where if America's elected representatives were to do their jobs the way we want and need them to, they're likely to lose those jobs. Politics is the only industry where we are regularly told that less competition is somehow better for the customer. And if there's never any new competition, then our elected officials aren't really accountable to us for results. Now that Final Five voting makes all November votes matter, it gives them this political freedom to innovate, to reach across the aisle, to negotiate, and to make the deal and then vote yes on it. I call this dynamic free market politics because it delivers the best of what healthy competition delivers in any industry, and that is innovation, results, and accountability. Final Five voting does a lot, but the most important thing it does is that it ensures that no one wins an election until all November voters show up. I know that people here are exploring what do we need to do to fix our dysfunction. Final Five voting should be the answer and solution to our dysfunctional politics.